Right then, Ed. Yeah, do you want to discuss with us about your business as well? What you got into?
Yeah. Thank you, David. No, similar to yourself, it's interesting just listening to the problem-solving aspect. You know, I'm solving very different problems, but the reason I enjoy doing what I do is solving creative problems for people. And you know, you spoke a lot about the warm, fuzzy feeling. A lot of what my business is doing is trying to find the personality behind the business, find the person behind the business, and then showcase that. And so often it's working with them drawing out that personality and then presenting that in a format, whether that's through graphic design, whether that's through video, whether that's through audio. So we sort of sum up Skald as visual storytelling. And so, the sort of work we're doing is creating social content for people, or doing their branding for their website, or stuff like that.
Yeah, I've had a look at some of the stuff you've done. It is actually quite, it's mesmerising and also beautiful as well. I mean, I sit there thinking, wow, actually, it looks really cool as well. So it's some of the companies that you work with as well are quite well-known names as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so we've worked through with some quite well-known names. Worked with Jules, we've worked with Sony. I sort of come from, so when I was 17, I moved to London. So I'm a keen musician. I was actually trying to get into music production at the time, but I knew my way around a computer. Yeah. And so I became the sort of, well, it was MySpace back then, it's Facebook now. But I was doing like the MySpace stuff for the record label, and I was introduced to different artists and people making the music videos, people making the album covers. And so, that's where it really started. And I think having that sort of a starting place and musical background, that really just has driven everything. So there's a real similarity between the work that I do in music, the work that I do in video, the work that I do in graphic design. This sort of thread runs through it. But it's allowed us to work with some really interesting people, which has been really, really exciting. And now we're sort of, established in Lincoln, we've got the kids, and so, as you said, working with local businesses is like a real priority. So it's taking all that experience from, because the record label I was working with was also connected to EMI at the time, so you've got a sort of big corporate sort of backing, but it's to sort of take all the stuff that we've learned from that and re-establish it in small businesses here, and allowing access for small businesses to have the high-end video, to have the high-end social media, to how to incorporate a full brand across their website, across their visuals, and just really tell their story. And I think that's what I love. I love telling stories. I love extracting like an emotional response to something through the media. I'm music obsessed. I love music. I still write music for other people and other people's films. So it's solving a problem, but it's a very different problem. That's what I enjoy, solving people's problems too. So that's Skald.
It is. It's amazing looking at, like I said, some of the storylines that you've done as well. I mean, anyone who knows me, I do come across quite a grumpy old man at times. That's mainly the facts sort of thing. But I actually look at that, and you do get that. It almost gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling looking at it. You're thinking, wow, that does. And even so subconsciously, you start connecting to that brand as well. It is a very good talent to be able to do that as well. So I mean, I know. I look at black and white numbers, yes and no sort of numbers and figures, and to actually speak to me on that sort of level is an amazing talent, really. So looking at it, it's it's certainly if you speak to my wife, she'll tell you, don't, what you're off sort of thing. So that's brilliant.
So anyone in the Lincoln area needs help with their visual storytelling, branding or video, we'd love to hear from you and start a conversation. And thank you, David.
Thank you again, Eddie, as well. It's it speaks volume when we come back to you sort of year on year sort of thing to do these budget chats as well. And again, thank you again for your time as well with this. It's brilliant. So
thank you.
So.